Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and for the first time in a very long time, we are going to be entering the role into a fan casting. Now, I was just sitting at home one day and I had an idea struck in my head and I'm like, let's do something with this. So, we are in the middle of Ted Lasso fever. Like, the second season is premiering, it's amazing, it's really fun, and we are in the midst of the multiverse opening up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which led me to think, what if we took the cast of Ted Lasso, shifted the entire the characters, I'm not going to say the actors, I want to say the characters. We took the characters of Ted Lasso, and we put them in positions of the X-Men. And I was like, that could be a really fun story to explore, and that is what we're going to do today. We're going to take the Ted Lasso characters, and we are going to make them the Marvel Cinematic Universe X-Men. And like I said, we're just doing the characters. It's not the actors. I also didn't go off ethnicity, so I didn't put maybe the character who would potentially not be that, ethnicity as the thing. I just said what character in Ted Lasso would best fill out a certain role on the X-Men. And I was like, let's take all the main characters. Now, I didn't take every single member of the football team, only the core members, which I think is fine, but we got a cool variety of characters here, and I can't wait to get into this. So let's start off with talking about the man himself, Ted Lasso. Ted is a leader. He is happy-go-lucky. He is the most Boy Scout of all of the characters in this show. So obviously, Ted Lasso would have to become Cyclops. He would probably be the only one who could fill out the role of Cyclops, being the leader. Maybe not everybody likes his can-do attitude or why he's so on board with everything happening, but Ted Lasso is the Scott Summers of the Ted Lasso universe, and he'd be a pretty cool addition to be as Cyclops. And on that note, too, let's talk about Coach Beard. He's kind of the more quiet and reserved of the two coaches, and maybe with that regard, he could kind of be seen as a person similar to Ted. So what if Coach Beard became Havoc? Might make sense. I think you just have the camaraderie between those two kind of in a brotherly way, and they could both fill out those roles accordingly. So we got the Scott Summers family going on there. It's pretty cool stuff. But what about Rebecca? Rebecca is this powerful, beautiful woman. She runs this big organization. She is just a figure above all else. So who would Rebecca be if she was put into the X-Men? Well, of course, she's blonde, she's beautiful, and she runs a company. Rebecca would be Emma Frost. She has the confidence, the swagger. She could pull off the outfit. She just exudes that type of energy, that bad bitch energy that Emma Frost exists is perfectly Rebecca. And if that's Rebecca, then maybe sassy Flo Collins here could be Madeline Pryor, considering, a little history there of Ted Lasso, Scott Summers. That could be fun to look at, too. So, let's talk Nate. Nate has been a really fun character to see kind of explore and just what he becomes in this show. And I think Nate should be the quiet, reserved character that not a lot of people think about. He's just kind of there. He has his thing he's good at, but no one really thinks about Nate. Nate, of course, would be an underrated character who's kind of getting some shine lately. Cypher. The guy that knows a lot about stuff and can decipher languages, and then he's just that's it. That's Nate. Nate's just the guy that you understand, but doesn't do a lot else. Nate would be a great Cypher. So if you're not caught up on the second season of Ted Lasso, I won't spoil it for you, but Roy Kent kind of plays a big role in this show, especially with currently what's going on in his arc. And of course, Roy is our gruff older brother or our uncle type who's just kind of mean. He's negative, but he's also going to stick up for you. If you are any person, he's going to be I'm helping you, I care about you. Even if my rough exterior kind of makes it hard to be connected to me emotionally, that is why, out of every person in the Ted Lasso universe, Roy Kent best represents Wolverine. Just the gruff, hard-edged exterior, but the heart of gold, who's going to love you and take care of you, like a big older brother, like your dad, just somebody who looks mean, but is really nice. And sure, he could probably kill you if you looked at him weird, but he also cares about those people he cares about. He's tough, he's gritty, and he's probably gonna scare you a little bit. That's why Roy Kent would be Wolverine. So let's take a look at Higgins, the fun, lovable sidekick, this weird, awkward guy. He's just kind of there, but just kind of thinking in his own head, just the awkwardness of him. Kind of the more just the displaced guy. You kind of do a lot of the butt of the jokes for him. So I think Higgins would be good for the Beast. He's just got like that bubbly personality, like the Beast, like the big glasses, like the goofy facial expressions would kind of be perfect for Hank McCoy. I think that would work really well for that character. It just perfectly sums up like his relationship to the rest of the X-Men. He's kind of like, knows all about the situation going on, but isn't the one in the forefront. So I think Higgins would be perfect for the Beast. Now, a character we just kind of met in this season is Dr. Fieldstone. She is the new sports psychiatrist who's helping out our characters. And of course, she gets into your mind and she thinks about things like that. So of course, Dr. Fieldstone would be Charles Xavier. She's kind of like behind the scenes, getting everybody else to play these things, especially with things we're seeing currently in the season. She could be helping out Scott Summers in a way, which is our Ted Lasso, which could be a really interesting thing to explore. So I think, she's the one that's going to help you out in your mind and control you a little bit, just to be like, hey, it's okay, relax, I'm here to help. So Dr. Fieldstone is our Charles Xavier. I can't believe it took me this long to get to Keely, because when I made this list, Keely was the one I think I was the most excited to talk about. Look, Keely is outgoing, she's outspoken, she is adorable and bubbly and fun, she's dazzling. Keely would be Dazzler, right? She's just like, she'd rock the outfit. She would definitely pull it off. She'd be like, hell yeah, this thing's cool. I love wearing this. Like the rollerblades and all. She would commit to the 80s aesthetic. She'd have so much fun, even if she wouldn't be the perfect singer. Keely would just rock that look, rock that identity, and just have so much fun with the glitz and glamour in that world. And Keely is just such a cool character that she is just perfect for this atmosphere. Keely would just rock. She would just rock Dazzler. I think that'd be awesome. And just having her fun personality next to Roy Kent's Wolverine would be really cool to see. So let's talk about some of the players on the team. Like I said, I didn't do all of them. I did a few. Let's start with like the Jamie Tart. Well, who is Jamie? Jamie's kind of a prick. We know that. He's not the brightest guy out there, but he's got a heart kind of in the right place sometimes. So he's kind of like on the side of not really good and bad, just like, maybe I'm not the smartest guy for this situation, and people can see that. That's why for Jamie Tart, I picked Multiple Man. I just think that energy, taking him as another Jamie, is essentially what that is. Because, come on, Jamie would want to be a Jamie. Like, he only wants to be himself. Who else would he be? So, just like that kind of like suave, arrogant type character, I think he'd be perfect for Multiple Man. So, what about Danny Rojas? Now, Danny is a fun, eccentric character who just looks at the best parts of life and has a blast doing it. Of course, for Danny, I picked Iceman, just taking the eccentrics of Bobby Drake and making him this like bright, energetic character who's having fun while he's doing it, just smiling and just having the best time of his life along the way. I think that would be perfect for Danny, and he could really pull that off. In the same regard, this is why I kind of picked Isaac for this role. Isaac is kind of like this quieter type who is sure of himself, but a little bit, mysterious in some ways. That's why I picked Colossus for Isaac, because, he's bigger, he's bulkier, he's soft-spoken, but you still know that's Colossus. You don't mess with this guy, and that's kind of Isaac. He's the captain of the team. He'd be like the captain of like the field team if he was Colossus. I think that'd be really cool. And now let's talk about Sam. This one, I was like, who am I going to pick for Sam? He's kind of like the kid in the group, so you could do one of the younger mutants, but I was like, no, Sam is asking these questions. He has these ideas of like the world that are a little more positive and upbeat. That's why for Sam, I picked he should be Nightcrawler, just because Nightcrawler has this sense of the world that is not world weary, but it's like looking at it in this optimistic lens that could just explore and create new ideas and just have this identity built for the world that Sam would have too. Like, these two guys are very optimistic and forthcoming about those things, and I think they could just have like that perfect synergy and smile about them that would make it work really well. So that is my team, but that is not the last one I casted here. Now, another supporting character in this universe is Trent Krem of The Independent. I thought, who would Trent be? He's not really a member of the X-Men, but he is somebody who looks at the X-Men, the football team, and he's like, interesting choices. I'm not hating you, but I'm also not saying you're the best. That's why for Trent, I said he would be our Victor Von Doom, just this over-the-top character who judges all before him and thinks he's a little bit better than that, but still can't help but root for Charles Xavier in the long run to see the best thing that he could create. I think Trent is Victor Von Doom. It's kind of silly, kind of weird, but it's kind of fun at the same time. So that is my list of the Ted Lasso characters as the X-Men. Let's run down it one more time for the folks at home. Ted Lasso is Cyclops. Coach Beard is Havoc. Rebecca is Emma Frost. Keely is Dazzler. Roy Kent is Wolverine. Higgins is the Beast. Nate is Cypher. Jamie Tart is Multiple Man. Danny is Iceman. Sam is Nightcrawler. Isaac is Colossus. Dr. Fieldstone is Professor Xavier. Sassy is Madeline Pryor. And Trent Krem of The Independent is Victor Von Doom. What do you guys think of this list? I think it's really fun and silly, and I had a great time exploring this topic. I'd love to hear what you guys think, what you have to say. If you have anything else about this that you think is silly or dumb, please let me know. Maybe you have other players on the team like Collins or, Zorro or any of them that you think could be in this too. Let me know what you think on that, and if not, I appreciate you watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and as always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And with that, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.